Hello, welcome and thanks for joining me for the next episode of our campaign with this party, the adventurers from Varian, who last time successfully cleared the caves of the kobold slave masters in the nearest mountains, brought back Elvin to their home village and grabbed the reward. Also, they had some downtime, so they are now all fully healed, and they sold some of the loot they found. What was it? Some excess weapons. There was a magical weapon they could sell for 110 gold pieces, and the pendant Tim found, it was belonging to a noble family. They managed to sell it with Tim's negotiating skills for 100 gold pieces, so they had enough money for bandages for all of the characters, as well as 10 rations for all of them, so it's enough for 10 days when they can reach the nearest bigger city. And also I bought for all of them a potion of healing, so they had plenty of golds, as you can see, enough for potion of healings for everyone. And while resting, of course, their abilities resetted, and now they are fully ready for their next adventure, which will be first reaching Balai and then start exploring this bigger town, this city, the biggest one nearby. And first of all, we have to start moving, and we will have to roll a lot if we have any encounters on the road, because it is in wilderness. They will reach the mountains first through the grasslands, then some other grasslandy areas and another mountain, and through the mountain axis, they will have to spend 2 days, so it means 2 rations for each character. But the rules in the Tales from Adventurers Guild says that the chance to have random encounters is 1 in 6 for each hex traveled. So despite 2 days are spent in a mountain hex, there is only 1 roll for a random encounter. So first of all, on the first day, they will start moving through these grasslands, and they know this road, these areas well, because they found the caves of the kobold slave masters somewhere in this mountain area. So first of all, random encounter roll for the first grassland hex tile, and if it's 1, we will meet someone or something. If it's any other result, we just move through the grassland. Let's see the first roll of this travel. 3, okay, nothing happened. So this was the first day of the party, and on the second day, in the morning, they reached the mountains. Let's see the roll for the first mountain. 6, okay, nothing. And for the second mountain hex, 3, okay, still nothing. So now with this, the 2 mountains the party needed 4 days to move through these 2 hexes of mountains, meaning we will reach this next grassland area on the 6th day. Let's see the wandering monsters or any encounter rolls for this hex. Nothing, okay. Now, for the 7th and the 8th day, 2 more rolls on the grasslands. Oh, okay, on the 7th day, something is happening. So we are here. And first of all, now track the rations. We will have 3 rations left. And let's see what we will find here in the middle of the grasslands. For planes, use tables from Tales of the Adventurers Guild. We have the outside of town ambush table, and we are outside of town, but we are further from any settlements. Anyway, this is the most fitting one, so let's go to page 35 and let's roll a d6. 6. d6 plus 1 dwarfen highwaymen. Okay, let's see how many dwarfen highwaymen. 4, and they are highest character level plus 2. Now it is 3 plus 2, which means level 5 minions, armed with short swords, crossbows. The highwayman will shoot 1 ranged attack HCL +2, so level 5 ranged attack, each before the melee. Their morale is -1 and they have some treasure. And the crossbows are good quality and may be sold for 30 gold pieces. Nice. Okay, so we have to fight with these 4 dwarven highwaymen, and I see that we are among the mountains, so maybe these dwarfs just moved down from the mountains. Let's note them. Here they are, and I will put this little sword symbol, or a variant of this sword symbol, here. So here we can see where we've met these dwarven highwaymen. And first of all, we have a range attack with Lillian's bow, and then all the highwaymen will shoot 1 ranged attack, each before the melee. Okay, so let's start the fight. And first, moving through these grasslands, Lillian sees from a distance that there are these dwarven highwaymen preparing their crossbows, and clearly they will fight. So Lillian can shoot first. Let's see that roll. 3 plus level is 2, which is 5. It is enough for 1 highwayman. Now only 3 of these dwarfs can shoot, and I think one will shoot to Lillian, and as Tim is the smallest one in height, I think he will be the one not being a target. So we have to roll for defense with John, Sarah and Lillian. Let's see in this order the 3 defense rolls versus the ranged attacks. Oh, 2, 3, 2. Okay, 2 is a failure, yes. Now John has 8 life points. Let's see Sarah's defense. It was the 3. Plus the light armor, it's still not enough. Okay, 6 life points. And Lillian, 5 life points. Okay, so they all failed this save, this defense roll. And now in the first round, Lillian shot, and the melee starts actually. Let's see John as he arrives to the first dwarf. He swings his sword and exploding roll. Very, very exploding roll. Okay, 6 plus 6 plus 3, it's 12 plus 3, 15, plus we don't need actually any more bonuses, because 15 is the total life points of the other 3 dwarfs. It was a really quick fight. And let's see their treasures. Treasure, 2d6 gold pieces per highwayman. Okay, so 4 times 2d6. Meaning 8 8d6 gold pieces. Let's see, 26 gold pieces in total, and they have the 4 crossbows, can be sold for 30 gold pieces each. They split it the gold, and 1 crossbow is with Tim, 1 is with Sarah, and Lillian grabbed 2 of the crossbows as she has more space in her backpack. So this was the encounter with the dwarfs. It was the 8th encounter with minor fools. We are almost there at the 10. Okay, so let's move through these grasslands finally. Now the second roll, or the last roll for the grasslands. Let's see, it's only 1d6. 4, okay, no encounters there. And we are reaching the mountains right before Balai, and it is just 1 encounter roll, but 2 rations for the 2 days reaching the city. Okay, no other encounters, and we won't have any more rations when we reach the city of Balai, but we don't need any more rations, because hopefully, as being a bigger town or a smaller city, we will find something to eat in Balai. So first of all, let's note that we have 0 rations. Here we are, and It is time to start using the Treacheries of the Troublesome Towns. We will generate the town or the city of Balai with this supplement, and I don't want to go rule by rule and describe all the steps I'm doing. If you don't know what this Treacheries of the Troublesome Towns is and why there are two tomes, for example, you can go back to my earlier videos. The more detailed is the how to start and what to expect. But there is also the first impression video, so in those two you can find many details about the rules. Now I prepared some pages for Balai. First of all, a town or a city is built by blocks, and the blocks is built by tiles. So here you can see the first block. This is the outline of the first block, this 4x4, so 16 tiles area. And here are the tiles I copied there, so we will cut it out just as you can see in the dungeons case. Here are some important notes to remember. What else? Here is the page where we can take notes and what we find in the different buildings in the city of Balai. And I also prepared a quest log because hopefully we will have some new quests. We can meet some interesting people around the town. And also another rule, something I want to start using now for alignments. I noted that the alignments can move from -5 to +5, and we have these 6 pairs of alignments. And I also tracked that we did something in the previous episodes. Actually, in the very, very first dungeon, our final boss was a Chaos Lord. So we moved towards low with 1 point. So this is how it works. We will use this tracker. And there is nothing else to do but start rolling. And I imagine as we arrive from the mountains, it is the southwestern area of Balai. So I made a little gate. This is the wall around the town, around this settlement, and we cannot see how big is this. What we see is a gate from the south. So this is where we enter this town. So first of all, 66 roll for the different tiles. Let's see how the first area looks like in this block. 15, oh, immediately. Okay, because from 11 to 16, we can find the mansion of the ruler of the block. We cannot move to the town from the walls, so let's reroll this. 22, okay. Here is block 22, and the rules say that we can rotate, we can mirror, we can do anything with a tile. And I'm thinking of mirroring it because there is a door connecting to the wall, and it is a building we cannot enter this way. Let's see if we mirror it. Is it better? Yes, actually it is better. And I immediately want to roll for the tile from the right of this because there's a street and I want to know how broad is this street, or are there any buildings on the other side. So let's roll for the next tile before exploring this one. 63. This is the 63rd tile, and we have a canal here and some stairs, so it's a little bit upper from where we entered. But now we see that this is a kind of a narrow street where we enter to the city of Balai, and we see a window from the other side of the street, the other building. And as the party enters, our first thing to do is let's check what this little P means. If I remember correctly, it's not the best for us, but we have to cross that area. So what happened? The party on the morning of the 11th day of travel saw the walls, and early in the morning they reached the town, the city of Balai. I don't know if it's a town or a city, how big we will build this settlement. and they entered through the gate. There were no fancy guards, just some welcoming ones, I imagine, and they immediately see that among the houses there are narrow streets, or at least this is what they see from this settlement now, and they start moving towards the only way they can, north, and people are busy here. And let's see this letter P. In Tome 1, here is the part where we have all the map icons in details. So P means a pickpocket icon. Yes, I remembered correctly. Make a level 3 pickpocket save for each character each time your party enters this square. If you fail, lose d6 gold pieces times the character's level. At expert tier, we are not at expert tier, so we have to make a level 3 pickpocket save for each character. And we also have a list of save modifiers, so let's see if we have any advantage. Pickpocket, beggar, lutheran, rogue, and strumpet plus level when we don't have a halfling, so the only one having an advantage will be our rogue team, who can add his level. So level 3 pickpocket save. Oh, 1, 2, 4, 4. The second character is teams, so 2 plus 3 is okay. The ladies are okay with the 4s. But John, maybe this is the first time he visits a city this big. So with the 1, he immediately fails. And what is the amount? D6 gold pieces times the character's level. So first of all, D6. 4 times 3, meaning 12 gold pieces. I don't know if he already realized it or just moving through this small street, and maybe he just feels that someone is rushing to him and saying, sorry, mister, seeing the warrior's equipment. But John didn't realize yet what happened really. Okay, moving towards this crossing, they will meet something new. It is a T minus because it's mirrored, and in the crossing they see that they can turn left, continuing this street, or there's the stairs leading upwards if they turn right. But first let's see what is this T minus. It means a trap. Roll on a trap table fit for your party's HCL, such as the traps table in 4AD for highest character level 1 to 5. And any roll trapdoor leads to a random undercity dungeon. If you roll a stone block, it blocks the current square and prevents the party from going back, okay? Rogues can disarm the trap normally. Yes, okay, traps never rearm unless the text specifically tells you to. Mark the trap as disarmed on your map, but don't write it off. Disarmed traps still count as letter map icons for turmoil, so there are some other rules which can change this, but if we successfully disarm this trap or activate the trap, then it happened and no more traps here anymore. Okay, let's see what kind of trap is this. So I go back to the 4ADEE book. And here is the normal dungeon traps table. Let's roll what is the trap here. 4. The PC leading the marching order steps on a bear trap and must save versus HCL plus 3. So a level 6 trap is here. Okay, level 6 trap versus team. So team tries to recognize that there is a trap. 3 plus level, which is in team's case level 2 only, so the total result is 5, which is not enough versus the level 6 trap, so team couldn't see that there is something. So the PC leading the marching order is John, steps on a bear trap, and now he must save versus the level 6 trap. And he's not a halfling, not an elf, not a rogue. Okay. 5 and no bonuses. If the save fails, the PC has a food coat in the bear trap and loses 1 life, and will save at -2 versus other bear traps until that lost life is recovered. Okay, so what happens here is John steps to this trap,
Ouch.
loses 1 life point, but Sarah, seeing that John is injured badly and they have to walk around this unknown town, she immediately uses a healing skill and heals John back to his max life points. This was the trap. Now this went out. I just want to... maybe I will put a small white tile there. There it is. So this way we don't see that something was there anymore. Okay, now where to move? I think from their left they hear some music, some crowd cheering, as I already see the E notes there. There can be some fair, some entertainers around a square. And from the right, from up the stairs, they can hear water flowing. So both are interesting directions. Let's turn left. I want to say the cheering of people is maybe more interesting for them. And there is another P icon, as you can see. So we have to save versus the pickpockets again. So level 3 pickpocket save for each character. 2, 3, 5, 1, okay. John again, and this time Lillian is the one losing some more money. So, first of all, a roll for John. D6 gold pieces 4 times his level, which is still 3, so another 12 gold pieces lost. And in Lillian's case, she's only level 2. 3 times 2, it is just 6 gold pieces. Around this square with many entertainers, many people, crowded area, it is a heaven for pickpockets. And they are entering this square, seeing some trees, some greenery around, and the entertainers. Let's see what are the trees. Some map icons look like trees, they are trees. Squares with tree icons are impassable. Trees burn. Using axes to cut down trees in towns is frowned upon. Mark 1 thief tick. I don't want to cut these trees. I'm happy that there are some greenery among the walls. So we have to go around it. And there are some interesting buildings on the south too. So let's move towards south, and maybe I will just draw where we moved. So this is our movement so far, and we are turning towards south, towards this E. Entertainer icon, roll D6. 2. Oh, belly dancers, okay. Each time you enter a square with the entertainment icon, roll a d6 on the entertainer twist subtable. And here we have this subtable immediately. So we see these belly dancers, and let's see what other things happen. Pickpockets, oh no, a random character is pickpocketed during the show. So the party saw these belly dancers. They'd never seen these type of dancers and this type of entertainment before, and they just spent a few minutes, clearly enough for a pickpocket to find them. Let's see the random character. Second one is Tim. Oh, okay, but how it says, see pickpocket icon below. Okay, so Tim is the one who have to roll versus the level 3 pickpocket challenge. Okay, let's see Tim's roll. 6. Great, without any bonuses. Tim realizes that someone wants to steal his money, his gold pieces, and stops this. So, no problem. And we are over this entertainer, and we see 2 doors in this corner of the town. Let's move to the first door we can reach. So we enter to this building, and let's roll on the shop table the first building we entered, and we have to take notes from this. So we go to the second tome of the Treacheries of the Troublesome Towns, and here is a bookmark for the shop table. 2d6 for the shop table. 7. It is a shop. Roll a d8. 5. It is a health-related shop. Go to the corresponding table. It is a d6 for the details of this shop. 5. It is an urban altar. Roll on the Gods of Norindal table. Once per altar, a character who offers their most precious possession, at least 50 gold pieces, will receive the deity's benediction if they roll d8 over their level. Should the roll fail, the character suffers the deity's curse. Okay, you can always play the Idol's Kiss there. See the gambling games table, plenty of options. If the altar is devoted to Tugas, Taramin, or a god of chaos or demons, a fortune teller is available on a d6 roll of 1 to 3. And let's see 4 against the abyss for fortune teller's details. And there is another option with the 3 rings. If dedicated to Tamazeya, Lura, Fari, or Siklis, you can check if you wish the Shrine in the Woods table. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning of this long description. And first of all, let's see what god is related to this urban altar. Roll on the Gods of Norindal table. Gods of Norindal, d66. Let's see what type of god. 52. Roll for Gods of Peace. Okay, it is just right here. Another d66. 43. Seiya, deity of inspiration. Okay, it didn't say anything about this exact deity. Let's note first of all, before I will forget, who is this. So this is the first building, an altar of Seiya. I don't want to offer anything because most precious procession, no, I don't want to do this. Even if it can be interesting, what can be a blessing or a benediction of God of Peace. We can always play the Idol's Kiss. Let's see the gambling games table. Here it is, Idol's Kiss. The game consists of kissing in a specific order the crucifix face of an idol representing an ancient deity. Bet 10 gold pieces to play and get 100 or a wish if you win. Make 4 times a level 4 puzzle save. If you fail even once, the idol spits a poisoned arrow as you kiss its lips. Make a level 6 poison save or die. If you will lose DC life from poison. Oh, okay, I don't want to play this game. I don't need 100 gold pieces for this. Let's go back to the shop again. And there is this option, if dedicated to other deities, we could use another table from the 3 rings supplement, but I rolled another deity. Okay, so that was the urban altar we found first in the city of Balai. An interesting experience just to see this altar of Seiya, and we don't want to participate in that silly game as we looked at some people kisses the deity's face. Let's move out. And we've already seen the belly dancers. It was just a few minutes ago, so I don't want to roll again there. Let's move to the other building on the south. This will be the second building the party visits. And let's roll on the shop table. What is this building? 2d6. And it is a 5 ambush. Roll on the NPC threatening troublemaker table. It is a d8 table. Let's see the result. 8. Roll on the menacing monsters table. Okay, there are tons of menacing monsters. It is a d86. 55. Sodality of Xichtul. I'm not sure how to say the name of this god. I will call it Xichtul. Town denizens give a wide berth to the 4-armed mummies that stalk the undercity and even at night the most disreputable streets. Clerics say that the Sodality of Xichtul seeks the souls of wizards to expand their master's spy network. For all that their eye medallions see, the harrowing Hierophant sees too from his black pyramid in Anunur, whence he leads the Chaos Legions. Okay, D3 plus 2 HCL, Sodality of Xichtul, level 6 minions, Chaos Undead. As they are minions, they won't move the alignment score, but maybe they are dangerous. Let's read further. Never check moral, treasure +2, and the forbidden book. Instead of attacking, each turn they project horrid visions, causing their targets to spend their next turn harming themselves, either lose 1 life or gain 1 madness and lose the next action, unless they make a gaze save against the Sodality's numbers. Pulling one's eyes out, see the infamous imputation table, immunizes to this. I don't want to do this. After defeating a spellcaster, do we have, yes, Lillian the elf. The Sodality leaves. Arcane Tunners can make, we don't have Arcane Tunners. They have reactions. 1, 2, peaceful, they seek someone else, and in case of 3 to 6, they are fighting without a moral roll. Okay, first I want to note them. So these 3, it is 3 plus 2 times HCL is 2 times 3 is 6, so 9 in total, 9 Sodality of Xichtul. Here they are, and I definitely want to roll for their reactions. Let's check the alignment rules for a second. Here it is, the rule I remembered. With these NPCs or monsters, see monster alignments below, each positive alignment point with the DT's alignment gives a party a +1 persuasion bonus versus them and a -1 reaction bonus with them. As it says that they are chaos undead type of monsters, and we are -1 with the chaos alignment. Our chances are worse, so we have to roll a 1 if we want them to be peaceful. Let's roll a 1. It is not a 1, so they will fight. And instead of attacking, each turn they project horrid visions. And they start the fight as I waited for their reaction. These are these strange 4-armed mummies, and I think the party entering the building, they have never seen anything like this before, so they waited what to do. They are in a civilized environment, they are in a town, but waiting was a bad decision, because they start to feel that these creatures are gazing. So a gaze save against the Sodality's numbers. The numbers, they are 9. All has to defend themselves versus kind of a level 9 gaze. So they have to roll a 6 exploding rolls. Let's do this. 2, 6, 4, 5. Okay, team has still a chance to defend. Let's see the next roll. Okay, team is strong in his mind, but all the others lose 1 life or gain 1 madness and lose the next action. So the others are losing 1 life each, and also their action. It will be a tough fight. I don't want to lose the party on the very first tile. And Tim is the only one who can attack. Let's try. Roll. 5. It is not enough versus the level 6 minions. Oh, I forgot that Lillian still can shoot before their attack. Okay, I have to roll this. So going back in time for a minute just to roll with Lillian. 3 plus 2 is 5. Okay, it is not enough. Let's see the next turn, which means all again have to defend versus actually level 9 gaze. Am I reading the rules right? Yeah, and as they are spending their turn harming themselves, they even cannot flee. Let's roll. Ooh, 6, 6, 5, 5. Okay, now at least John and Tim has a chance to attack. Oh, no, I'm not sure, because this is just 6, the exploding roll, but they still have to roll versus 9, 9 of these creatures. 4, 4, great, okay. So with the 10 and 10, they successfully rolled for defense, and Sarah has 4 life points, and Lillian has 3 life points. Now, let's see the attack rolls. John can attack these mummies. 3 plus level is 3 plus steer with swords. It is 7 in total. The first Sodality of Xichtul is done. Still 8 of them. Let's see if Tim is able to hit them. 4, no success. Okay, now we still need the exploring rolls for defense, as they are still 8 in their numbers. Let's see the third defense rolls. And no one could do it. Every character loses 1 life. Lillian is the weakest with 2 life points now, and she has the scroll of escape, but she needs an action, which means she has to roll a successful defense first. Okay, let's see the next round. No success. No success for anyone. And drinking a potion of healing is a free action, but I'm not sure if we have any chance to defeat them. Okay, let's do the -1 life. And now the question is, should we let Lillian die at this point just to save the others, or should she drink the potion of healing? How it was. After defeating a spellcaster, the Sodality leaves. Okay, let's roll the next round of defenses. Oh, maybe Lillian has a chance to leave. So John and Lillian, exploding roll. Okay, both were successful, so -1 life for Tim and Sarah. John and Lillian can attack. Let's see John's attack. 6 plus 4 is 10, plus 4 in total is 14, and it is enough for 2 of these creatures. Now maybe something is happening which is good for us, so there are only 6 Sodality of Xichtul now, and Lillian can attack now with the sword. Maybe she should activate the blade song. We'll see if we need it or not. 4 plus 2 for the level is enough. Okay, now we have 5 of these mummies, and we have the potion of healings. Okay, let's give it a chance that we can kill these nasty creatures. Now the next round of defenses, and this time they are only 5 now. So, and it is it is a save roll, not a defense roll. So if any of the characters rolls 5 or 6, it is okay. Sarah could roll a 6. Now let's see what happens. John is on 5 life points. Tim, 2 life points. Lillian drinking the potion of healing. Now I believe we can win this fight. Immediately goes back to 6, but losing 1, so 5 life points. And Sarah, she doesn't lose any life points, and she can attack. Let's see Sarah's attack roll. 3 plus level is 6 plus 1 for the mace. It is enough. Okay, now they are only 4. Better and better. So in case of the saves, 4, 5 and 6 is enough. So now we have a 50% chance for each character to not losing more life. Let's roll. Okay, Sarah and Lillian could do this, and this time John and Tim losing life points, and Sarah and Lillian could save, so they can attack. Let's see Sarah's attack first. 5 plus 3 for the level is 8, plus 1 for the mace is 9. Okay, it is for one mummy. Now 3 left, and let's see if Lillian can kill another. 3 plus level is 5. It is not enough versus the level 6 creatures. Okay, but still only 3 left. Let's see the next round of defense, or save versus gaze. Yes, everybody was successful this time, and all of the characters can attack. Let's see John's attack. 3 plus 4 in total is enough, so now 2 creatures left. Team's attack. No success. Sarah's attack. 5 plus 3 plus 1 is 9. Okay, only 1. Lillian's attack. 6. Great. Okay, it was a very tough fight. Potion of healing used, healing ability used, or will be used. But finally we could defeat them. Do they have any treasures? No treasures? I think I will use the town treasure table to see what we find here. There it is. Let's roll d6. 2. It means 4 d6 HCL gold or d6 common items worth 20 gold pieces or less each. Okay, I want to go with the gold. 4 d6. 12 times 3, it is 36 gold pieces. Nice. And let's see who needs some healing. Tim and Sarah, and she has 2 other healing skills left. Now all of Sarah's healing skills are used, and let's see the amount of healing at first for Tim. Okay, full health. And let's see for Sarah. 3 plus 3 for the level. Okay, full health for her too. What a beginning. I drew that they walked to this second house, and we should find an inn and sleep. But we have plenty of time. It is still just early morning. Let's walk out of this building, and where to move next? We have entertainers, or we have the other area through the pickpocket icon again. But at least we found some gold pieces. Oh, and the minion encounters. It was the 9th one. Now I think we want to move through this square. Let's see what the next entertainer icon is. Let's roll d6. What type of entertainers are here? 2. Oh, belly dancers again. And let's see what... Oh, I forgot to roll if we have a twist outside, going outside from the shop. Okay, so these will be belly dancers, but at first, leaving this room number 2 or this building number 2 from the mummies, as the shop table says, we have to roll a d6, and on a 1, 2, or 3, something special happens, a twist. I go back to that table, and 3d6 for the shop twist table. Let's see. Result number 12, something important, roll on a town events table. I bookmarked that because it is a D66, tons of events. Event 43. Tax hike. Until the ruler dies, all prices in town increase by 100%. If the duke is the block's ruler, double this increase. Taxes are always cumulative. We don't know who is the ruler, so I just make a screenshot and put it to the important rules I already started collecting. Here is this new rule. And that was the event, the happening. So the team moves outside, see the other belly dancers, and now let's roll for the entertainers twist table in D6. 2 pickpockets again. Let's see who is the character they try to pickpocket. Number 4, Lillian. So Lillian's roll versus the level 3 pickpocket. 6, okay, great. Lillian realized what's happening and saved her pouch. Okay, now we have another entertainer, yes, on the north. Let's move towards this other entertainer. And let's see what type of entertainer are these belly dancers again, or something different. For something different, performance artists. Okay, after the many belly dancers, we see something different. Let's see what happens while we see this performance. Oh, pickpockets again. The random character is Lillian again. And save versus level 3 pickpocket fails. How many gold pieces does she lost? D6. 4 times her level, which is 2, meaning 8 gold pieces lost. Okay, and we are over this very interesting area, this tile, the first tile, through the different entertainers, many pickpockets, and these mummies, what was their name? Sodality of Xichtul, these chaos undead creatures. But we still have 3 potions of healings. Let's roll for the next tile towards north. It will be tile 65. Another water area, but there are just walls, so I want to mirror this tile, and this way, yes, we can move on the southern part of this river canal. And I don't want to cross that pickpocket square, so the party will move like this, and there is a door to a smaller shop. Let's enter and let's see what is in this third indoor area they visit. So this will be room number 3, and let's see the shop roll. Shop table and 2d6, 11's result, Noble's Hostel. In hamlets, this room is inaccessible. In towns, roll on the faction table to see whom it belongs to. I don't want to use the factions, and I'm not sure if it will be a bigger town as a hamlet. So let's just say this room is inaccessible. So we don't actually move in there, but see that this building is a small building, but a Noble's Hostel, let's just note it. And we can move. These X's shows that there is an option to move to the Undercity, and the Undercity is a dungeon. I don't want to do this because I want to use TTT and explore the town more. So we have to move towards this BU icon, this. So we have to cross this area, and let's see what BU means. It is a bully icon. There's a typo here, but it was in the errata. So, hostile glances meet you as you encounter menacing cutthroats. Roll on the NPC threatening troublemakers table to see their type. Pick a character to make a bullying save against the bully's level each time you enter their square. This character makes a save for the entire group. We don't have troll or ogre-sized characters. We don't have barbarians. We don't have these special skills. And nothing to gain some advantage. If the save fails, the entire party must either pay 2d6 gold pieces per character, flee from the bullies, each party member loses 1 life, or fight them. If the bully's profile is unspecified, roll on the NPC. Yeah, it is unspecified, so we will roll on the NPC threatening troublemaker table. And if the save succeeds, the entire party can pass unharmed this time. Okay, if you have rolled an exploding result, we'll see. There will be an option. Okay, first of all, we have to know who are these threatening troublemakers. Here is the table, and it is a D8 roll. 7. Oh, menacing monsters again. D86 roll. 13. A brain boiler. It is a boss. Okay. What should we do versus the brain boiler? Pick a character to make a bullying save against the bully's level. So let's see the level of this brain boiler. It is a boss level and life HCL plus 4. Okay, so it is 7. And actually the reactions fight if any of quest targets are present, otherwise quest. Maybe we have to accept a quest and this is the part of bullying. Okay, let's roll at first if we can save this. So a level 7 monster, and who will be the one try to save? No one has any bonuses, so let's just do it with John, the first character in the marching order. 5, okay. It wasn't successful. So let's see this quest. Maybe the brain boiler stops our party and forces them to work for him, I don't know. And let's see, is it a special quest? Yeah, the boiler's quest. The boiler's quest is always to slay 10 HCL, 10 times HCL, okay, 30 emotion-inducing NPCs, Strumpets, Entertainers, Wizards, Chaos Monsters, Chi users. But if I start to kill the Entertainers, for example, as they are an option, we have to start collecting murderer ticks, and in a town it is not good. Okay, we tell the brain boiler that of course we are accepting its quest. Here is the note in the quest log, and I just realized that it is the list who we should kill contains chaos monsters. So it can be an option, as we already defeated actually one, the Sodality of Xichtul. These were chaos monsters. So maybe as 30 is just so much, we can talk to this brain boiler and we say that we just killed some chaos monsters and it is okay for starting the quest of this brain boiler, and where we have to complete it by the noble's hostel, which was the third building of the town. And let's see what is on the next tile, as I don't want to swim through this river. We'll see if it continues or just moves underground, as the canals in the towns can do this. So let's roll for the next tile, for the next area. Tile 31. First of all, I rolled the Red Lantern District, and I don't want to go with that many strumpets. I will tell you what I will do, using official rules still, but another option for rules. And we cannot move this way because there's a house. What to do? We have to mirror it, and I think the pickpocket icon will be there. Yes. Okay, as the tiles are hand-drawn in the book, in the official book, you can see that these are not fully fitting, but I try to cut out as best as I can. We don't want to go underground, but we see maybe a well or something to be able to reach the undercity, but we just want to go towards this pickpocket, make the pickpocket roll. So all the characters will roll against level 3. Yes, the pickpocket save. 3, 3, 1, 1. Nice. Okay, so Sarah and Lillian will lose some money. First, let's see Sarah's amount. 4 times the level 3 is 12. Now 62 gold pieces left in her pouch. And let's see for Lillian. 1. Oh, okay. 1 times 2 for the level is just 2 gold pieces lost. And as they reach the next crossing, someone or some people stands there. In Tome 2, under the Zillion subtables, yes, the Zillion subtables, we have this alternative. So these family-friendly encounters replace S icons, houses of ill repute and other lewd encounters. Maybe I just want to replace the S icons, not to have so much there in the town. So let's roll a d6 on this subtable. And what they find here, sinister surveillance. The absence of strumpets and the vice is explained by the pogroms of the Inquisition. Its agents now replace all purveyors of offensive indecency wherever S icons appear. Okay, I think it is true for this style, so they are just not there. Okay, let's clear all these S icons with this little white tile we already have. And with this, we cleared the streets, let's say like this, and we can visit the different buildings. Let's check what these lines crossing some areas means. Here it is lower heights. Lower levels, about 1 story lower, are marked by diagonal lines. Some town sections, usually poor neighborhoods, are a lower height than the rest of the town, about 3 meters or 10 feet. Draw lower sections in a distant color if you prefer, or use any method to your liking. And when the limits or walls of two distinct streets on different levels touch each other, it is possible to move from one level to another either by flying, climbing down with a rope, or jumping down, this 3 damage. If a party has a rope or a chain, climbing down requires no roll. And I think team has a rope. Yes, rope and lockpicks. So if we want to move there, we can freely do. But first, we have some buildings in this area we can visit. Let's just move to the first building, the first door we can see. The first building. Let's roll on the shop table. What can our party members find here? Shop table 2d6. 7, a shop. Roll d8 for what type of shop. 7, services. Here it is, 2d6. 6, inn and tavern. A jolly establishment where townsfolk gather for meat, ale and recreation. For each day spent here, 1 gold piece per person, recover 1 life and 1 spell or power per character. Steeds also cost, we don't have any mounts. Each morning roll 2d6 and there will be some happening. And the services, a d6, in this case, strumpets, okay, it fits to the area. Maybe the Inquisitors cleared the streets, but not this in retainers for hire. We don't want to buy these services, and we can recruit some other characters. Once per day, any retainer or class can be hired on a d6 roll of 6. Let's think about this option. We have an injured warrior. We also have an injured elf, and we have a tired cleric with all the healing skills depleted. Despite it's still before noon, I think it is time for a little bit of a rest. We have plenty of gold for doing this, and let's pay the fee for staying here and eating here. And now our party sits around the table, enjoying their meal and thinking about the resting they have for the rest of the day and for the night. And the next morning we will roll on what happens, and we can continue the exploration of the town of Balai. So this is how it looks like moving through a settlement, and we already had some interesting encounters, some dangerous ones. We already have a quest. I think it is just so much slaying 30, especially if we want to do it in a legal way, only slaying chaos monsters. But we already found a quest, and we can find something more in the inn on the next morning. Thank you for joining me for this adventure, and you can see it will be, I think, more sessions and more videos to explore this block of the town of Balai, and we can decide if we want to move further with this exploration. And we still didn't see many of the tables and many of the options. This is just the beginning. See you next time. Bye.